Hello and welcome back to another one of my videos. Now, this week we are of course doing my monthly reading wrap up for the month of June because we're in August. That is crazy to say. I'm probably going to be saying this for the rest of the year, that it's crazy to say that it's August because it's August, and that is actually mental to me. Because what do you mean it's August? We're gonna get into it. First of all, I started the month with reading Daisy Hates, the second Magnolia Parks book, and it got 4 stars. I didn't like Magnolia Parks, the first book, because of the cheating trope. That's not a spoiler, that is literally what it's centered about, and I hate that trope. So, I did not like the book. I did not like Magnolia. I hated BJ, hated everyone in that book. But Daisy, I really like Daisy. I like Christian, and I like, what's his name? J something. Jamie? I don't know. Something that starts with a J. I didn't hate them. They obviously have their faults because it's Magnolia Parks. No one's a good person. But I liked it much more than Magnolia Parks. It was a fun little read. And to be honest, it's the only reason I'm continuing that series, so I can get to the next Daisy Hates books. Then we read Reckless because it came out. Now, I have a whole review on that book. It is up here. I loved it. Amazing, stunning, fabulous. We loved it. It's such a good book. Go read it. Go read Powerless and Reckless. Then I read The Shadows Between Us, which got 4.5 stars. Also loved it. Amazing. I had such a fun time reading this. It's like a kind of slow burn. It's not that slow burn because it's only like, it's not even 400 pages long, so it's not that much of a slow burn, but it's a really good book and I do recommend it. And you should read it. It's a really good book. Yeah. Then I read the first Housemaid book by Frida McFadden. It was not bad. I liked it quite a lot. Got 4.5 stars, and that's because of how fast I read it. I read it really fast for like a book. I was managing to read, I think, like 100 pages in less than an hour. That's the speed I read it at. So it got 4.5 stars. Then I read Archer's Voice, which also got 4.5 stars. Oh my god, this month is such a good. Last month was such a good reading month. Everything got like 4 stars. Well, not everything. We'll get to that later, but it was quite a good reading month. I loved Archer's Voice. Still not over that ending because what the hell was it? What was the ending? I'm so confuzzled on that ending. My brain hasn't processed it yet. But it hasn't processed it. It's crazy. But it was a good book. I loved it so much. It was very fun to read. Then I read These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, which got 3 stars, and that is solely for the fact that I have read Sarah J. Maas books before it. So a lot of the wording, a lot of the things that were said in this book, they felt like copy and paste from Sarah J. Maas books. So if you've read Sarah J. Maas books, I don't recommend reading it. But if you haven't, I do recommend reading it because I feel like you would love it. It's a nice little fantasy. Then I read Play Along by Liz Tomford, which got 4.25 stars. Again, very fun book. I loved Isaiah. I have loved Isaiah since he was introduced in Caught Up. And when I read the end of that book and I was like, oh my god, he gets his own book, very happy. And I'm very happy I read his book because it was such a good book. Oh my god. Isaiah is amazing. Go read that book right now. It's amazing. Oh my god. Then we have something that has never been on this list and will never be on this list. A classic. Because who am I reading a classic? What? Why am I reading a classic? I not be out here reading classics. This got recommended to me by my friend. And it got 2.5 stars. She loved it. I did not. But yeah. I've loved everything else she recommended, but Jasmine, this was not it. Girl, don't recommend me classics. You know I don't like them. But yeah, you're never gonna see a classic on my list again, on any wrap up, on any reading vlog, because I don't like classics. Like, I sit there and I'm just like, when is this gonna finish? I don't want to read this. You know, I hate classics. Then we read Collided, which is the second book in the Dirty Earth series. It got 3.5 stars. And that is mainly because I didn't really like the main characters. I thought it was really just, I didn't like them together. They didn't really have romance. They didn't have a connection. You know? So I did not like that one bit. But it's a Lauren Asher book, and it did have like good bits, so obviously it got a bit more than 2 stars. Then we have From Look Up With Love, which got 4.75 stars. I love this book so much. It was such a good book, even though I love me a good slow burn, and this was it. This was a slow burn. I loved it. I love what's his name? God, what's his name? His name is not Look Up. His name is something. Something. Um, something. Let's see what his name is, because I don't remember. I know the girl. Ivan. Yes, Ivan. I was right. Something. His name's Ivan. I loved Ivan. I loved Jasmine. It was a really fun book, and I loved it so much. And I need to read more Mariana Zapata books because it was so good, you know. But then I read The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden, which is the second book in the Housemaid trilogy, I think it is. It got 3.75 stars. Didn't really vibe with it that much. I like the first book much more. I don't know if I'm gonna read the third book, because from what I've seen, the third book came out like not too long ago, I don't think. But I've seen reviews on it, and everyone's saying that if you've read The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, don't read the next book, because it's it just feels like a downgrade, like a really heavy downgrade. So I'm not gonna read it most likely, but we'll see. Maybe if I have nothing else to read, I'll read it. Then I read The Story of Us by Zarin Madiaha. Gonna put the name here because I have no clue how to pronounce it. This is an indie published book. I want to read more, so I saw it on my Instagram, and I was like, this looks so cute. And I read it, and it got 4.75 stars, and I loved it so much. And it's on Kindle Unlimited, which is another amazing thing, because most indie books are on Kindle Unlimited or are just really cheap on Kindle. So go read it, because it's an amazing book. It's so good. Oh my god. You have no idea. I loved it. And that's saying a lot, because that is saying a lot because it is a second chance romance. Usually when I read second chance romances, I'm like, when is this gonna be over? I hate second chance. What the actual heck? Don't show me a second chance romance and think I'll like it, because I won't. Boo. Second chance romances are boo. But this wasn't a boo. This was a really fun book. Loved both the characters. It's young adult as well, and sometimes young adult books are just like not that fun. I don't know why, but they're not that fun sometimes. But this one was really fun. This one was so good to read. It was amazing. And then the last book I read was Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, which got a 2.5. Now, I literally only read this book so I could get to the next DJ Hates books. I spent over a week reading this. That is so long for me. Usually I read books in like 2-3 days. This book it took me a week to read it. Oh my god, it was a struggle. No, it took me like over 8 days to read it. I think it took me like 9 days to read. I was pushing myself. The last 20 pages, I was like, I'm gonna finish it tonight. Did I finish that night? No, I had to put it down because I was so enraged. I hate these characters. I hate Magnolia Parks. I hate BJ Valentine. They don't deserve a relationship. It was a really good reading month. I read 13 books, which is a lot. That's that's a lot of books. I'm proud of myself. This month pushed me past my reading goal, so officially I have completed my Goodreads reading goal of 75 books. I've read I think 81 or 80 books now. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself that I finished the goal. I'm not gonna be updating it like a lot of people do when they reach it, because I'm a little brave. Because I know that if I like reaching it in the middle of the year, being happy, and then having the rest of the I cannot speak, and then having the rest of the reading year be chill and just reading at my own pace and just chilling out, and not like looking at my reading goal and being like, oh, I still have to read this many books, because I don't, because I've finished the reading goal. But yeah, those are the books I read this month.